So this post I made about Justin Fields is getting a lot of comments. So I haven't looked at this all day pretty much. So we're gonna look into it. I'm gonna read this and give my take on Justin Fields, and then read some of the comments and give my take on some of the comments. Justin Fields is in the game during the fourth quarter for a reason. There's also a reason Omar Khan didn't pick up his option. I mean, it was $25 million, and I don't think the Steelers have any plans with Justin Fields in the future. He was just a cheap backup quarterback that they got for a 6th round pick. Fields couldn't even put together a touchdown drive against the Buffalo Bills backups. He was off time, off rhythm the entire game. One read and he has happy feet in the pocket. He is essentially Kenny Pickett with more athleticism. He got lucky not to have at least one interception. The one big throw to Fitzpatrick was pure luck and a horrible throw. I think Wilson shouldn't even dress week 3 of the preseason. He needs to get ready for Atlanta. And that is what it is. Like, he has pole position for a reason. That means he has the lead by default because he was the best. He has the best proven track record. And he really has to do something to lose his job. So to me, he's done absolutely nothing to lose his job. And Justin Fields should pretty much be going out there against this backup talent and dominating the game. We should have had 30 points up against Buffalo and their backups, to be completely honest. And it's pretty sad that he couldn't put together one touchdown drive the entire game when he had essentially the entire game, part of the second, the third, and the fourth. Pretty much garbage time when there's no starting quarterback ever is going to be playing in the fourth quarter of the preseason. And then you got this guy. Scotty Miller was his number one receiver out there. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. He looked better than Wilson. I don't agree with that at all. Not at all. He was scared, had happy feet in the pocket, didn't know where to go with the ball, was off time, off rhythm. A lot of his throws shouldn't have been, at least two should have been intercepted. And all of his throws that he made were just off time, off rhythm, not good. Made some plays with his legs, but that's about it. He didn't do much to impress me. He didn't. That's pretty much what you need out of Justin Fields, is just a dominant performance for you to sit there and say, okay, maybe I'm going to start him over Russell Wilson, whose worst season is better than Justin Fields' best season. You guys are a bunch of crybabies. It's preseason. I remember correctly when we went undefeated in preseason with Kenny Pickett, everyone was pleased and talked about the Super Bowl and what happened. Let the professionals do their job. If they don't have a winning season this year, then maybe we have a chance to get a good quarterback in the draft next season. I hate winning 10 plus games and not going anywhere. On top of that, not getting the benefit of a pity draft pick. And maybe the Tomlin haters will get their wish. I mean, there you go. I think they pretty much already announced that Justin Fields is, or Russell Wilson is going to be the starter. So I don't know why it becomes a story, but it is. It's what everybody wants to talk about. It's starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The O line couldn't stop traffic naked. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. The O line is that bad. I don't know. They should have resigned Mason Rudolph. He had to run because the O line couldn't consistently block the Pop Warner rush. Was sacked 3 times in the first quarter. The throw made to Fitzpatrick after evading a rush, fixing his helmet, was Josh Allen like, but missing on the TD was this one. It was not Josh Allen like. He threw it right to the defensive back in triple coverage. Is a terrible. That was a terrible throw that never even should have been made. It was off time, off rhythm. He was running for his life and he threw up a prayer. Threw up a prayer. And somehow, some way, the gods gave him a gift of the one good miraculous play. And that's what everybody wants. All these miraculous plays, him running for his life. That's, yeah, it's fun to watch, but it's not football. That's not pretty. Football is dirty. It's rough. It's 1, 2, 3, step back, drop right over the middle, bang, and your receiver catches it and gets smacked. Your running back runs it up the middle for 5 yards, gets smacked. That's football. It's not pretty. They like want to change the games, all these professional sports games with the rule changes, and it's not the way it is. I'm sorry. Makes me miss Mason that much more. The haters are in for a wake up call. He wasn't that bad. In fact, he could have been around for a while. and was good enough, especially in a run-heavy offense that's needed to stretch the field. He was cheap. Well, that's basically what I was saying the whole time. I agree with you. But the point I said we never should have drafted Pickett. We should have drafted a center last year, which obviously we need desperately because our quote unquote starting center, who's not a starting center, is hurt for the whole year with a torn rotator cuff. And now we have to go to a second round rookie. I was debating who they should do it and who should start, but now there's no debate. It's Frazier, second round rookie. It's just you better start, you better do good, bud. Wilson is just passing his stats by the looks and has done whatever good he was going to do. I think Russell Wilson feels he has some years left in his league, and right now he's the best option for the Steelers to win this year. Period. If you're gonna pick between the two, so we can talk about this Mason fantasy all day, and I was right about Mason. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant right now. Just like when after the fact they drafted Kenny Pickett, I was like, well, you basically already gave up on Mason. I wanted him, but hey, we gave up on him. Is what it is. We might as well move forward with Kenny Pickett and see what we got with him. Win, lose, or draw, because that's pretty much you put the starting position in his lap a second year. So it is what it is. Remember last year when we looked amazing in preseason, how did that work out? That being said, Loans better get his shit together. Should have kept Pickett. No, we shouldn't have kept Pickett. If the offensive line doesn't get their shit together, it doesn't matter who's quarterbacking. We should have kept Mason. Russell Wilson definitely didn't do anything better. He was even worse. So actually, Russell Wilson had a better QBR rating than Fields. Fields had more yards, but more attempts. Had some good rushes. Had many more attempts out there. Many more reps. Stop hating on Fields. I really think he is our best chance. Wilson is just too old and he doesn't move. Oh, he can still move. Fields got us in field goal range, and if we took those opportunities, we should have had at least tied. I know we want touchdowns. I want any type of points. But fact is, if you want this guy to be your starting quarterback and he can't produce a touchdown winning drive in a preseason game against the Buffalo Bills backups, what makes you think he's going to produce a touchdown game winning drive in a game against the Baltimore Ravens and their starters? It's one preseason game, but the dude has a track record of fumbling. Like I said, Russell Wilson's worst year is better than Phil's best year. To say that Russell Wilson can't move no more, that's you're lying to yourself. He's in great shape for his age. Great shape for his age, and is definitely puts a lot of work in the off season to stay in shape. And he's just a smarter, better, further along quarterback. He was 8 for 10. He didn't fucking go out there and kill it. He wasn't trying to go out there and kill it. He wasn't going out there trying to run up the stats. He was just going out there, take a few throws, take a few reps. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Russell Wilson's going to take what the defense gives you and let the playmakers make plays. It's not pretty, it's not sweet, but it's meat and potatoes. What the Steelers want, what the Steelers need type of football, especially from their quarterback, with what they're trying to do with a run heavy offense, like dude was talking about. Mason, I agree. Mason would be good in a run heavy offense. So I never said we should have never drafted Mason Rudolph because I said shit. No matter who we're drafting, if we draft a guy, there's going to be no offensive line in front of him, and he's just going to get killed and he's going to get booed out of town. We might as well just. We had one more year left with Mason. Kenny Pickett's first year that he didn't play. Basic. I mean, he played a lot of his rookie season too. So, I mean, Mason still had 1 year, and they could have got themselves a quality center with that pick, which I wanted, which I said we should have drafted. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, Russell Wilson's a better quarterback. He was in there with the backups playing against backups. Put him in there with starters, and He'd have played better, particularly better than Wilson, given how poorly the O line played. Either way, it's preseason. We've got some key injuries now. Preseason games are just glorified practices. Don't need to lose our minds over it. I agree. This is true. This is small misses and mistakes now and then could have been easily covered up by those missed wide open touchdowns he missed. There was one I seen. He had a wide open guy that resulted in like a 2 yard gain. He tried to run the ball and he had a guy running down the middle wide open. Russell Wilson's not going to make that mistake. When he has a guy open, he's going to see it and get the ball out quick, on time, on money. Boom. He's 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, boom. That's what Russell Wilson's better at, is just being a pure quarterback in the pocket. That's what the Steelers need. Somebody that's able to make checks at the line, somebody that's able to read defenses, somebody able to change plays and make checks and actually run an offense. That's what Russell Wilson does way better than Justin Fields. That just comes with time. It comes with being in the league. It comes with being a veteran, and that's what Russ Fields isn't, and what Wilson is. That's why he's here, and that's why he's going to start game one versus Atlanta. Kind of hard when the second and third team O line collapses. Tired of hearing that excuse. They want to keep making excuses for the O line. I mean, it is what it is. But he played bad, bro. I told you. Fewer wins the last year. We'll see. He's still better than Kenny Pickett. He's Kenny Pickett 2.0 with legs. At least he has legs. He'll convert more first downs than Kenny Pickett. And Russell Wilson's going to convert way more first downs. He's horrible on third down. That's one thing I'll say was bad about Wilson. That's going to change. And eventually, the defense is going to start giving him what he wants, and he's just going to take what the defense gives him. And with all the playmakers the Steelers have, they're going to make plays. Period. He's going to get the ball out quick, and the offensive line is going to come together. But the offensive line is good. I'm not worried about the offensive line, honestly. I'm worried about George Pickens. I'm worried about the receivers. Kyle Allen, that's what they want to see what Fields got. They gave him the opportunity. Why didn't Kyle Allen play? He looked better than Fields, but it was against backup, so maybe not. Exactly. They know Kyle Allen ain't nothing. They want to see what they got in Fields, and obviously it's nothing. It's a guy that can't lead a team from behind against the backups. I mean, he had the chance to drive them down at the end of the game, win a game. He couldn't do it. Couldn't manufacture any type of drive, any type of scoring drive whatsoever. He was terrible. He was not good. I'm sorry. Um, I mean, I don't know what this dude's talking about. The Browns have had a solid offensive line for years, but I mean, they both are good at making plays on the run, and Houston all playing with good offensive lines. But I think our O line's better than what everybody's giving credit for. Honestly, just the O line. We've had 2,000 yard rushers. Problem is the quarterback position. The problem is the receivers. The problem is the play callers. The problem is we need an actual quarterback. And when you give Russell Wilson all the reps, you give him 30 throws a game, it's going to look totally different than what it is. It's going to be efficient. It's going to be 25 or 30. Like his 8 of 10, it's going to be 25 or 30. 225, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles, no turnovers, clean, just efficient, consistent. You're going to get a consistent performance week in and week out, Russell Wilson. That's the difference, period. Be fair, same old dog shit offensive line problems. We've been hearing this shit for the past forever, dude. I'm tired of. See, this is what these 93.7 fan puppets be saying all the time. They be like, oh, they hype up Fields and then Fields sucks, and they hype up Pickett and then Pickett sucks. He's the second. I made a post about that. I'm gonna do a whole Russell Wilson thing next. I could bring it up. We'll just bring it up in my post. That's like seriously, bro. Look, we can go all the way. Let's see, where's that post at? Of Andrew Phillip Pony, dog shit pony. Oh, that one. Here he is, right here. Justin Fields, 11 of 7, 42. How would you grade? 11 of 17, 92 yards passing, 42 yards rushing. It was a terrible performance, man. 11 of 17, 92 yards rushing. Here it is, right here. Andrew Filipponi. Last year, I turned Kenny Pickett into a Hall of Famer because of an exhibition games. That was really done. So I'm not going to crucify Fields and Wilson and call them bums for what they're doing in August football. The games don't count. They've been trying to make turn Justin Fields into the second coming all off season, and now they have to hurry up and walk it back. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, they've been making it into a competition all off season, and it hasn't been a competition. It's never been a competition from day one. Period. It's not. I'm not even gonna get into all them comments. I'm just gonna end it there. But I mean, that's so many of the offense. The offensive line wasn't great, but there's another difference. Just Russell Wilson is just so much. He knows where to go with the ball under pressure. Fields doesn't. If his first read ain't there, he's running, and hopefully he ain't fumbling, and hopefully he ain't throwing it up into triple coverage and throwing up prayer after prayer after prayer all game long in just horrible situations where you don't even need to be throwing up a prayer. Maybe in that situation, maybe I don't know. But Kenny Pickett, same thing. He would take sacks in situations like on a first down. He would take a huge sack instead of making it a 2nd and 9 and just stepping up in the pocket and taking the sack and going for the next play. He would try to bail out and fucking be a fucking superhero and shit and do some fucking wild ass shit that he's just not capable of doing. That is just not routine football. And it's just bad football. That set the Steelers up for a 2nd and 17, which just kills your whole drive. Second down's useless, third down's useless, and then fourth down's a punt. The other team were just like, oh fuck, this drive's fucked from the jump because asshole decided to be a superhero instead of just taking a sack. And then you get a lot of that type of shit with Justin Fields. That's going to be him all year. It'll be the Justin Fields show and not everybody else show. Steelers don't need that. Their offense, they won 10 games last year with the most horrible quarterback play you can imagine. Okay? All they need is a game manager that's going to go in there, take what the defense gives them, not turn it over, and get out of there with the dub and say, hey, this was a team game. All glory to God. Amen. And that's Russell Wilson right there. The dude, the starter, the QB1. Like I've been saying from the jump.